Hello, everyone. This is Rise of the Runelords once again. Finally, on session 12, we had what I assumed to be a shorter session last time. It almost lasted the entire time. However, previously, the four of you, Cece, Karzarath, Kalar, and Kareth. Can't believe you guys did that to me. Delved into some interesting and ancient catacombs unexplored previously. Dealt with quite a few ugly creatures and killed off what hostile remains there were. Then managed to level up on their resurgence back to the town, where before leaving for his father's house and probably a much safer path of life, Kareth caught out of the corner of his eye two interesting individuals sitting in the corner of the Rusty Dragon Inn that were not there previously. Coming back after a much needed and heavy rest of you all, you find yourself, you three, coming down in the morning after. Let's move.
Yeah, activity box.
Yep. If you're there, you're there, and if you're not, you're not.
You're not active.
Exactly.
Mr. DM Man, I have a question.
Sure.
If before I go to bed, if I spend time looking over the wand that I got, can I learn what it is?
Yes. Depending. Let me get my test sheet out that I have named test sheet for proof.
Test sheet. Yes.
That should be a spellcraft check, or I suppose Knowledge Arcana may also work.
I have spellcraft actually.
Good, good.
Bien. I said hey bien. Why is that? Hold on.
We'll get there.
It's being dumb, and I don't understand why. Hold on.
Is it being the big dumb?
It is being the big dumb.
Unfortunate.
Okay, that should fix it. Yep. Why does it say input modifier? In mods 5. 20? 25.
Wow.
Wait, it already added in the modifier. Sorry, the total is 20, not 25. I don't know why it made me add that twice. That's weird.
20 is still quite a critical boundary. So, let's see. It's on page 37. I remember this.
Yep. My gear, guys, it says wand from page 37.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You got to figure this stuff out.
Oh, that was weird.
Okay. So. Okay, just give me a second.
Yeah.
Okay, I've picked out my feature.
Excellent.
Which will help with my switching of things later. And I'm just saving and notes the next feat once I get that later. Will be
Okay.
Mischievous Tail.
Mischievous.
That will be my next feat.
I love that the wand description says that it may be used while grappling or while swallowed whole. Thank you for clarifying that.
What? The fuck kind of
Yeah.
wand did I get?
Well, just, in case you get swallowed whole.
Right?
Okay.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I thought you meant you could swallow the wand whole and still use it. I'm disappointed.
No, this is not sphincter magic.
Night ruined.
Oh,
Pie's done. Rage quit.
Blood rage
Hey, you
quit.
can't swallow the wand and use it. I'm gone. I'm out.
Fuck this.
I'm out.
You wanted this on me? I was gonna swallow this magic wand and leave it in my stomach.
You're telling me I can't swallow the
Yeah,
wand
so-
and burp out some magic missiles?
So,
How to get accidental dragon's breath?
hmm.
I'm not
Sorry, I'm
joking.
just-
My first thought really was, oh, you can swallow the wand and still use it? Okay.
I mean, it would be.
You can use
sweet,
it if
like-
you are swallowed whole.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Well, after doing your study of this wand, feeling the cold metal beneath your fingertips, studying the shape of it, and feeling along with the runes inscribed within it, you can tell that this is a wand of shocking grasp.
Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh.
I will not say very full, but reasonably filled wand.
Or maybe you don't want to swallow that one.
Right.
That makes my intestines not feel good.
It makes sense as to
Right.
why you can use it while swallowed, though.
Oh
Is-
yeah.
Right.
Is it half full or half empty?
Depends
Depends
on,
on
how you
your
look at
outlook.
it.
Alright, I'm
Yes.
actually quitting.
Yes. That's my answer.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, Cece will keep that on her person for sure.
Is this something I guess I'm a little out of it. Is this something you're selling or you found in the identifying?
No, I rolled a spellcraft check on it.
And it's something we found in the dungeon, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it was in the
that
room
was
with all
in the
floating
catacombs.
stuff. Yeah, I
With
grabbed
the maggots.
I grabbed a book and then I grabbed a wand.
Right. We had a weapon or something like a mastercraft weapon that I was gonna sell too, wasn't it? Masterwork Raster.
You got like a trident? No, it wasn't
Oh.
a trident. What'd you get?
Rancier.
Halberg, right?
It's a Rancier.
Oh,
But
Rancier.
no one could use it. It was masterwork and highly valuable, but
That's true. Trade at him.
Yeah, sell that shiz.
Just want to make sure I'm not skimming you out of something. Okay. Oh, Esther. If only you would know. You would know, because this is a mechanic of the game itself, that spells or magical items with spells that are not on your spell list, regardless of whether you can cast them now or later,
Yeah.
do require a use magic device check to use.
Use magic device.
That's at the very bottom.
Okay.
I can use it.
I don't
So
have.
if I use
Anyone
magic
can,
device,
really.
I don't have proficiency in that though. Does that mean I still can't use it?
Once you have at least one rank in it, which I made a mistake of assuming that you can't for trained only, you can attempt. Until you have a rank, though, you cannot attempt because it is a trained only skill.
Got it.
I actually am trained and have a rank.
Good.
Nice. I don't have a rank
It's
and
kind
I'm
of like
not
ride
trained
like
in it.
that.
But I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure her thought would be, if somebody gets close to me, I zap them. I
Oh,
just
yeah.
need to work to get there.
A little bit. Work a little bit.
A little bit of work, a little bit of training.
I will give a little whisper first.
Do, do.
It's a whisper saying, "Hey, if you want, you can totally swallow the wand."
I didn't want to
It's
say
actually
it.
part
I
of
didn't
that.
want to say it in
Interesting.
voice chat, but
It is kind of embarrassing, but yeah, you can swallow it if you want.
I didn't want to openly
So that
agree.
you're tuned to it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so you get your knowledge of this item.
Cool.
I suppose I could have whispered that as well, but whatever.
Mhm.
No one's gonna metagame, right?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
No. Night passes unless anyone else has any pre-rest activities they'd care to do right now.
Yes, I'd love to metagame about the wand.
yep.
I was gonna try to
Put me
use
down
that.
for metagaming too.
God damn it.
Hey, so I heard you have a shocking grasp. Just kidding.
Yeah. And if that's the case, sun rises and based on your...
What?
Oh,
I
Yeah.
said like 3 times, 4 times.
Couldn't hear ya.
I apologize, the mic cut out. But
Well,
please do
so-
go ahead.
I would like to sell that.
The Rancier?
Yeah.
I suppose I didn't exactly give a time when you were getting back. Sure. Yeah, we can have you head to one of the local shops. Let's see. What am I looking for?
Maybe I should hold. I mean, not carry around with me, but maybe I should hold on to it because we still don't know why it was down there.
Rue? All up to you.
Maybe I'll hold on to it for a little bit longer till it's evidence, and I'll sell it later.
Okay. No problem. That being the case, you all have your nighttime rituals and based on room position, might have the sun in your eyes. Maybe that's been bothering you for a few nights, but you haven't brought it up yet. And as you come downstairs, at least presumably, the day is yours. And I will just... Bam.
Question mark, gang.
Yeah.
We needed to some research, didn't we? What did we find on there? The statue had the Rancier, the pool. You had a vial of that stuff too, didn't you? There's an alchemist in town. alchemist or arcane.
Alchemist.
Right, I remember now. We brought back my cauldron full of whatever that liquid was.
Yeah. Huh, okay. Karzarath, if you are around, you may make a knowledge local check. If you'd like to help out with the... Well,
Yes.
you have options here if you'd like to try to find a different apothecary.
Knowledge local. See what we can do.
Well,
The one I know.
More like no one you don't know.
Something like that.
Whispers. There you go.
Mhm. Don't forget my pizza.
Nonsense. If anyone were to get pizza here, it would be me. Bribery. Would you three have gotten downstairs for a breakfast drink or an actual breakfast?
Probably.
It seemed that was like part of like our nightly or regular rituals.
Okay. Well, Karzarath, seeing as you were not incredibly tired and going directly up to your room like last night, you notice the interesting characters sitting at the bar. And you can definitely tell from these people that if this were anywhere else besides an adventurer's tavern, they'd be getting looks right now. And even so, they're getting a couple looks.
What can I notice about them?
you
One
want us
of
to
the-
go ahead.
Yeah, dude, yeah, totally.
All right,
I'm not gonna
so
take over for your characters.
you see a rather large-looking tiefling, jet black skin, dressed in full plate that glows slightly with a reddish tinge. There's a humongous greatsword strapped to his back, as well as his arms look ridiculously just way too big, but he's kind of holding a cup of ale in one hand and kind of clumsily drinking it. And yeah, his back is to you right now because you're just coming into the bar, so that's all you see.
Holding the pint as if it were Shaq palming a water bottle.
Right? one of those tiny ass water bottles too.
That Shaq has to hold, like you see him holding with like 2 fingers.
Right, yeah, exactly. Gingerly trying not to spill any of the ale he paid for.
And I guess next to him would be a lovely, very lovely hyena looking dude. Pretty big himself. Munching on some meats. He kind of seems to be dripping in perpetual bloodbath, and he has mottled and stained what used to be red fur, but now looks to be dried blood. And he kind of has a mohawk running down his back, and he's wearing sort of animal hide leather armor with a flail, a big ol' flail on his side.
Has anyone else come down yet from my original party?
Unfortunately, Kareth, but he kind of passed his way out of the building pretty quick.
You'd probably find Cece within like 5 minutes or so of returning, slowly making her way down the stairs, using the rails on one side to support her, and her cane like tapping on her way down.
Karzareth would go over to help guide you.
Oh, good morning.
And as he's helping,
Good morning.
he'll whisper, "There's a strange couple of guys over at the bar.
You know, you really shouldn't judge people based on their appearance.
Big black tiefling, super muscular. Other covered in blood."
You still shouldn't judge people based on their appearance, but I can understand why you would be wary.
When's the last time you judged someone on their appearance?
When I was 12 years old. That was the last time I had the chance to.
Oh, no.
Bartender, give me some more meat.
Not expecting that answer.
Hello, backstory! Ta-da!
We got a daredevil in the party.
Where
are you
Just
at?
imagine whack.
So you were not always this way.
No, I was not born this way. My gift was given to me.
And to the tiefling, says the lady at the bar, "I've dealt with bigger pests than you. You will ask nicely for your meat."
Very well. I apologize. I got a little bit carried away. Please, may I have some more meat?
She would absolutely bring out a glorious breakfast meat platter with like a small roll off to the side. Usually people are very specific about what they want in this tavern.
As that whole interaction goes down, just sitting next to him, I just let out a loud, watching the whole thing, I just let out a loud hyena cackle, laughing at the situation.
I mutter something to him in a series of poorly articulated yips and kind of growls. Speaking to him in broken Knoll.
Yeah, believe it or not, a tiefling doesn't exactly sound like a hyena.
Right, exactly. It's very hard to articulate, but I got the basic hang of it. It's just, yeah.
From the corner, hearing all of this, Cece's head like snaps in that direction, and she kind of goes, "Oh, they're over there. Well, saviors, let's go introduce ourselves." And I will like leave the two and like venture my way over. So there is this how tall did I make her? I forgot. So there's this 5'7" kind of on the scrawnier side woman with long white hair and clouded white over eyes with a cane in front of her, and she's just like tapping her way towards you, and she would probably hit the way I'm picturing it, she'd probably hit the tiefling's chair first, but she'd probably like miss and like swat you in the leg by accident, just bam.
I dink off my full plate. I'll pause eating the meat off of, like, I imagine like a joint of mutton, and look down and look up. So can you tell like, can you see faces, like if you're it's like what, like 5 feet away?
Nope, can't see.
Oh, all right.
Blind. And you can tell by looking at her that she's just got the cloudy, like, glossed over look, and she looks up probably over your shoulder, like not actually like making eye contact with you because she's not too sure where your face is. She gives you a big smile and says, "Whatever you ordered smells really good."
Yeah, they've got good meat at this tavern. Ha 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 ha.
Their tea is also fantastic. Can't say I've heard that language before. Where are you from?
Here and there.
Now, here and there are very fascinating places.
Yeah. I was a slave for most of my life until I stopped being a slave.
Well, that either accounts to religious freedom, forced freedom, or a lot of bloodshed. Which one?
Little bloodshed.
Little bloodshed. Got it. Very neat. Well, welcome. How is everything going during the time that you're here?
Well, so far the meat's pretty good. And hopefully I can find some work around here. Trying to, not go broke.
All right. Well, do you intend on staying here for long? There could be a point in time where myself and my colleagues over there, and she gestures to the completely wrong side of the bar.
Karsrath at her other side.
Yep, I'm over Karsrath's head, gesturing probably towards the bar.
Karsrath's on the completely opposite side of the way she's pointing.
Yep. We could probably use some assistance going forward. There's we're one less now. It kind of seems like, but we could always use a couple extra hands to just do some little work.
Little work, eh? What kind of little work?
Varies. I know we wanted to go to the library, report a few things, and then maybe see if the town needs any other assistance. So it could end up being a little work, a lot of work, or it could just be, carrying groceries.
Well, if it's work, then I'll give it a shot.
How do you feel about undead?
Ain't really sprung that out of nowhere.
Well, I've teamed up with Weirder.
I'm not undead, just blind. And my friend here is referring to the things we fought before.
Oh.
She kind of like
see. Well,
down.
I don't care if it's evil.
That's good. She leans down to Karsrath and she goes, "Do I really look undead?"
No. Just like you need a little more sleep.
Well, I mean, I sleep all the time. I could sleep all the time. As far as I'm concerned, it's always night out.
So at this point, the people that can see, will notice that my eyes are just solid red with a black speck. My teeth are really, really sharp, and you could see my horns from the back, but they're pretty much like the ones on my token there. And I've got a helm that sits in between them, and wispy gray hair underneath, peeking out from underneath. What do y'all look like now that I'm looking at you? Your faces.
If you look at Karzarath, if you're looking at his face, you just see the dragon skull that he wears.
Oh. Nice helm. He says.
So long as I'll cross, still more by the steps getting breakfast, but he is kind of looking that direction. He is human, dark hair, fairly I mean, somewhat nicely dressed. They're not like a noble or anything like that, but still clean, nice clothes.
So no armor? Or...
No armor.
Okay. Looks like you do need my services.
He would probably have a crossbow strapped to his back and a dagger on his belt, but
What about you, Michael? You got any armor on?
I believe I have light armor. Some studded leather.
Okay.
I used to have armor, but I sold it.
Fair. Well met then. I think me and my friend here can help you out. I gesture over to the knoll, and I say to him in broken knoll, what do you think, buddy?
I'd flip around, kind of looking over my shoulder from the bar where I'm still tearing into a piece of meat. And it's really funny how this was completely unplanned, as I also have red eyes.
Nice.
And similar to his body, the gnoll's face is also kind of dripping in perpetual bloodshed. And his face though seems to be a little more brighter colored. And he just looks at the three of you and looks back at my partner here and just lets out another loud hyena cackle.
That means yes. He's with us. Bear smiles, his sharp teeth just with bits of meat in it from what he's been eating and stuff, just in between them. So, when do we start?
I would come over from the table where he had his breakfast and says, "Well, CC, looks like you found some new friends? New saviors, perhaps, from what I'm overhearing?"
Well, we can use some extra help. Oh yes, these two are the saviors of Sandpoint. There used to be a third and a fourth.
There used to be more than a third, but small group of us defended off some goblins in this town, and we have many of our comrades have left for other tasks. And You look like quite the skilled, from your appearance, quite skilled fighters.
Yes. Uh, yes. Plenty of skills. Outsiders? What do you mean outsiders?
Did I say outsiders?
Oh, I'm sorry. I may have misheard what you said. If you could repeat it. I'm kind of deaf.
Goblins attacked the city.
Ah.
But we had several other others that helped us in that raid. A couple people who were more frontline or powerful warriors like yourself, but they have had other business. CC and I are skilled clerics, and Kazarap here is a very useful scout. We would definitely be looking for talent of those who can handle themselves in the melee fight.
I pat my great sword. Yeah. Me and my partner here. We can fulfill that.
Just for clarification, he's the one, and she points towards Karzarath, meaning Kalar. He's the one that follows one god. I work with many. I am known as an oracle. Just to clear the air.
I see. I've heard tales of oracles. Do you have the sight? I mean the sight beyond sight, of course.
Of course. What kind of oracle would I be without it? My gifts are that of many and will never leave anyone in the dark.
Well.
I am a follower of Ironi, the mortal who ascended to godhood. We should all strive to better ourselves and follow in Ironi's example.
And what was your name?
Veradin, and this is Snarl.
Well,
I point at my partner.
I look in the opposite direction because I'm not sure where you're pointing.
Snarl.
I turn you, your hand on his shoulder and turn you towards the light.
Snarl does let out a snarl to represent his name. Lets out a nice growl.
Nice.
Interesting. Well, if you two would be kind enough to oblige me, my friends here have allowed me to do this also. But if you are not comfortable, I completely understand. But if I can have your permission to touch your face so I can know what you look like, that'd be great.
Ha 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 ha! You're very welcome to, little lady. And I put my face near you.
Okay. Feeling the sudden presence of somebody, she kind of jerks back a little bit, like, oh Jesus.
Right.
Okay.
And it's a big face too. It's
Okay.
not a small face.
Yeah, and she'll trace her hands around your face, kind of learning your features, and then when she gets to your horns, she looks really confused, and she follows them up to the tips, and then she kind of pulls her hands slowly away. She goes, oh.
What's the matter? Never seen a tiefling, little lady? Or never touched a tiefling's face, little lady?
Never seen
I
nor
imagine-
touched. That was a
I
new
imagine-
experience.
I imagine that you hadn't.
No.
Well, did you find out what you were looking for?
Yes, I now know kind of what you're looking for. Your friends, Mr. Grrr.
Yes. Snarl.
Appears to be a gnoll.
Will you let this one touch your face?
Kind
I
of
think he
gets up.
likes you.
Kind of gets up from his seat and leans in very close.
You just see her.
You'd smell him first.
Yeah.
He absolutely smells of gore.
Oh yeah, her whole face clenches. And her head jerks back even further than when the tiefling got really close to her. And she's like, oh my gosh. She kind of like slowly brings her hands up and touches like the tip of your nose, and then like moves along your face. And she's like, you're a little wet and smelly, but you're very soft.
Oh, I was gonna go the
That's
other way. I was
weird.
gonna say his fur is completely matted with blood.
You need a
I
brushing
laugh.
And a bath.
and a bath. But a brushing could get a lot of this out. She has no idea like what her hands are going into at this point. She's just like, oh, he just needs a brush.
And
It's fine.
Bear cannot stop laughing. He's just ha 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 ha.
Yeah, it's your hands probably all gooey and sticky and just covered in gore and
I go
chunks.
get some a towel or rag and bring it back over to CC.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, I need a. She pulls her hands away from your face and she's like, thank you. And then she kind of like turns around. She very softly says to her friends, she's like, I need a towel.
What would have been funnier is if you did Snarl first and then the tiefling.
Oh god. She'll take the towel from Kalar and kind of like wipe her hands off. She just kind of very softly mutters, thank you.
My pleasure, my lady.
Professor Wrath will whisper to Cece, I told you they were weird.
Well, that's fine. That's fine, because everybody's allowed to be their own version of weird. He's super into God,
Fully
you're
turned
you,
around, just
and I'm
shovel in
blind.
mouth.
Come on.
And that guy's covered in blood and guts.
I'm sure he's very nice. It doesn't matter.
I'm more than
Professor
nice.
Wrath just glances back at the
So
Noel.
I'm more than
Is-
just my face, CC.
I'm
are
sorry,
those
you also
age
punch people
whispers? Are
very
you guys
hard.
like trying to not let us hear what you're saying?
Yep.
Well, I'm sure they're trying.
But luckily for them, I'm busy shoveling food into my maw.
Luckily
And,
for them, I'm also doing that exact same thing, and I can't understand them.
Right.
So
Can I have
no,
a pitcher of ale, please? Fair bartender.
I turn
I'll
to
be right there. And then Kalar.
I turn to the tiefling since the other one apparently doesn't understand common. So what do you know of the Goblin Tribes in the area?
Well, we just got here, but we crushed a couple of them when we were defending the caravan on the way here.
Kalar, just because I know yours is so high, could you make me a perception check?
Oh, sure.
82.
Hopefully I can break a third. I might be able to break a 30.
Wow!
17. Okay. With
Uh,
the 3 on your roll, getting a 17.
I didn't break 20.
Nope.
You still do pick up a little bit of slightly dried green flesh hidden within Snarl's matted fur. That's goblin flesh, all right.
I see. I'm glad. While I bear no ill will to most goblins, these goblins have made an enemy of Sandpoint, and
So I reckon if I catch him, I'm gonna. Let's see, what's my perception? All right, it's a +3, so I'm gonna try and notice him eyeing Snarl up. Let's see, 3.
Sure. I
say-
mean, would you be going for like a perception or a sense motive type thing?
A perception, because I figure if he's looking deep enough to see the goblin flesh, that would be outright, wouldn't it? I would say.
Looking past all the blood and fur to
Right,
pinpoint
yeah,
that
to
to
find that.
pinpoint the one speck of goblin flesh.
And I think that would have a visual cue. Do you think would that?
I
that-
mean,
because
you would see, with scleras, you would watch his eyes bounce over when mentioning the incoming goblin stomp.
Okay, well, I notice. But I don't think that he's staring. Then, would you be staring there?
No, he's just
Okay.
very, very observant.
Okay, yeah. So the
very
perception
much true.
wouldn't pick anything up, and he'd just continue to regard the person talking to him while still eating.
Oh, well, still a lot of details we're figuring out, but some long shanks, as they call us, have kind of united the Goblin Tribes into a force that are they seem to be trying to wipe out Sandpoint. There also might be some demons involved and other abominations, but I'm sure we can fill you in more and more details as we go. But in short, we need some strong arms to help him to keep these goblins from destroying Sandpoint.
Well, sounds like the townspeople will be mighty grateful. Sounds like it'll do some good for them.
Most of the town was quite appreciative of the efforts me and the others who have gone their separate ways have done over the past few days. Although there are some who are very full of themselves, they have karma has caught up with many of them.
Ameko would head back to her business, listening to you five a little passively after dropping off a pint.
There was requesting a whole pitcher, actually.
Oh, well, it would have been a pitcher. That's
Okay,
just my
cool.
mistake.
Nope, no worries. So, do people drink? He says.
Socially,
Tea.
All right, you want to? Is this a social engagement? Do you want to drink?
I'm certainly not going to face you in any kind of drinking contest, but
I'm not offering any. You get a pint, I get the rest. And if anybody else wants some, they're more than welcome to take. So I ask again.
I accept your kind offer.
All right, I get a pint glass and I fill it for him and hand it over and toast it and proceed to drain the whole damn pint or the whole damn pitcher.
I will say, because of your arms, give me a quick little dexterity check.
Okay. R. Or no, 2. How's that?
Yeah, yeah. There's a bit that dribbles off as adhesive liquids will do, but you manage to get a substantial amount in the pint, and the pitcher seems to be fine. So, yeah. You got it this
Oh
time.
yeah, that's right. That would have been awkward. I would be like holding the pitcher with my thumb and forefinger. Like my
You're
thumb,
pinching
not
two little
even not
toys.
even the thumb itself. It would be the nail. I would have to use the nail. I did it.
Snarl would, quote unquote, drink whatever potentially still wet blood remains around his muzzle.
Just like, oh
Just
yeah,
lap it up.
Yep.
dude. Snarl is such a badass. I love him.
Hey man, he is after all a blood rager.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. I'm here for it. Any rate. So, while we drink, what is the plan? What are we doing next?
Well, after breakfast, I was going to take. We had some samples of things we encountered in the dungeon we needed to investigate.
I see. Well then.
Hopefully, that will lead us to the cause of the people behind these atrocities, and then we will have. Once we've found them, Noel and you will have ample opportunity to prove your skill.
Right. As long as they're atrocities. Yes. I'll crush them.
Delightful. Did we figure out where particularly we're going?
That's also a question that I have.
Not yet. We have that strange liquid. I've got this basically fancy-looking spear that came from a statue. What kind of weapons do you guys carry? Are you guys carrying a polearm?
No, it's just this one right here. The memory of D'Artagnan.
He does have a visible greatsword on his back.
Yeah.
If that was what you were looking for.
Yeah, well, hopefully there was a weapon that I could enchant if you guys are on the front line.
And
Oh yeah,
Snarl,
you can enchant.
Snarl has a heavy flail on his side.
But neither can. So when we found this this very fancy polearm and a statue and a magic wand, and just trying to figure out what was going on down there. There was a couple collapsed stairwells that we might be able to long term excavate and see where they led, but we need to find a apothecary or a maid, someone to identify this liquid. I think first. Or to go to the library and look at the statue.
Being new in town, I don't know if there is any such person, but I have nothing to do with magic besides this armor that I stole from my ex-master.
As you should.
Fuck that guy. Seriously.
I freaking hate that guy.
For real.
Is there a a law enforcement within this town, Dieter?
Yes, we've had deals with that.
There are guards within, as well as what was his name? Sheriff Hemlock. I don't know if you've interacted with him directly, though.
Okay, got it. So Cece would pipe up and say, well, certainly as the saviors of Sandpoint, you have access to some of the government here. If anybody's going to be able to provide us with that type of help, they're probably going to be employed through the government.
We could be put in with the officers. They know the tunnel, but they haven't explored it. We could see what we know, and they might be able to help us out.
I do think that would be the most effective place to start.
Yeah, Johnny Law. He always knows what's going on.
Off to
So,
Sheriff
off
Hemlock
to,
then.
yep, off to the precinct you would look. So you would make your way from. Oh, no snapping. Make your way from the tavern up through Sandpoint to the precinct. And now that you are by each other's side.
Dun dun dun! Look at us all on the same side of the box.
Wow.
We grew up so
We're
fast.
no longer the question mark gang.
No, you're
No,
not.
you're
Now
not.
we're the infernal connection.
Welcome to the group.
Aw. I feel welcomed.
I feel hungry.
You're just
So
mad.
that
Yeah,
that
you
didn't
best
give you
believe.
pizza.
You best believe before we leave that platter of food that I had is gone.
That thing
Oh, I
was
can only imagine.
so hungry.
What was that, Eric?
Okay. As you come up, Baylor would see this mighty fine band of interesting individuals, recognizing two of them and maybe catching a glimpse of a third. And even before any of you might say anything, would come up to you and just say, hey, so, hello, you all. Where are the rest of your... Where are the rest of the Sandpoint heroes? Where have they gone?
Personal business of various. Conrad has had business at home. Something about but it had something to do with a broken vase that got tipped over. Others have left home. I can't remember Adrian's character's name off the top of my head. Had business at home. The hater ran off into the forest to fight orcs. This, though, is Cece, Stone Tide.
Pleasure.
Has the gods have guided her to seek us out, and we've just recently met two warriors of seemingly great skill that will help face the goblin hordes.
That's us.
Uh-huh.
Snarl
Kinda-
lets out another loud hyena cackle.
Huh. Well, keep your friends in line, and I'm counting on you 5 to be here as a presence for the citizens of Sandpoint. Can I count on you?
Can do.
Yep.
Just call us Big Dev Heroes.
Great. I suppose with that out of the way, what can I do for you?
We wanted to talk to you about some of the evidence we found beneath the glassworks, and perhaps your assistance in identifying it.
Well, I can try my best. See what resources we have around here.
Do we have anyone that's good at tracking and things?
Maybe.
That's always handy when we're doing this sort of thing, I find.
Well, if we could get a hold of Shalelu. Unfortunately, she's still out there scoping around the area.
I have a 3 survival, so no.
You mean one of your people has gone out into the woods and has gone missing?
2 of them have actually. One of them is one of our people has gone off to just kill orcs. And then there was a ranger that guy that helped us out care for a little bit, who he's referring to.
Shalelu isn't lost per se. She kind of does her thing without people knowing. And she kind of roams the area. Not
Does she come
exactly
and go as she pleases, then.
quite so. She does deal with us. She gives us information and we provide information to her as well as shelter when she decides to be around here. But at the moment she's investigating activity of the area with the goblins.
And how long has she been gone on this jaunt out?
At this point, almost a week. I don't expect her to be back for another couple of weeks.
Okay. Still within her range of being gone. Well, I'm gonna cluck some things to Snarl real quick.
Mm-hmm. Which it does quite look like.
Shit like that.
Yeah, it does quite look like Baylor is
I'm
a little
spitting as I
disturbed
talk,
at
definitely.
the hyena dude next to jet-skinned horn guy with sharp teeth, you know. It's at the very least an interesting sight.
Spitting too. Don't forget
Yeah,
to spit.
Snarl will respond in kind with some growls and hyena cackles.
Did I just
Yes,
hear an
we have.
Uga Chaka?
We have.
You did hear an Uga
We have a
Chaka.
tracker.
I throw an Uga Chaka in there.
I do a as high pitched as I can go. Yip. After I finish.
Well, that's good.
Just for good measure. It's only polite.
So do we want to go to your office, or there to be someplace where we can discuss things, or?
Yeah. We can go to my office, though we might have to go somewhere else to analyze items. And he would, help you all upstairs and into his office.
We, one of the big things we found was this strange liquid. We have not had a chance to analyze. It was in two locations, one place in a well and another in a temple with a strange being that had some necromancy magic around it. There was some aberrations down there, and a statue that held this spear. You described the statue. I remember there's at least one stairwell that was collapsed, and we don't know where it went. Maybe two.
It was, just as a refresher, one collapsed upward and one collapsed downward.
And the downward was at the original entrance, right?
You came across two collapsed stairwells. The first one that was decently close to the beginning was a upward spiral that got halted immediately, and the second one that was much further into the dungeon was a downward spiral that ended quite quickly.
Ah, that's right. And we also found this, and Cece will dig through her bag and feel for the book that she snatched while she was in the floating room, and hand that over as well.
Yeah, that was from the way back there beyond the woods.
Huh. That's interesting, actually. What languages do you have?
Hey,
Ah.
That did not work. There we go.
Ver, if you were to try to look at and analyze this book, you would see some like inflection in the characters of these words in this book. However, with your two languages, 2.5, you do not have the expertise to read this book.
I see. Well, it ain't abyssal, I think is what I've got.
You've got Infernal.
Ah, Infernal. Right.
But you would see on the cover, I believe, if I describe it the same way, a few words as well as a symbol of a three-eyed jackal.
Wow.
It's something we're supposed to look up, and
I can't read this, but I notice some things that are similar. But I think it's safe to say that it's not a good book.
That is an astute observation.
Well, here. It seems like none of us can read it, and I will hand it over to the captain. We also found this while we were down there. It was in a room with no gravity. That was very, as you can probably imagine, very disturbing for me. And kind of ran into a couple objects, and that was one of the things that I grabbed.
I'm sure it was. Are you passing off a second item, or are you just describing the book as that?
Nope. Just handing over the book. Just saying I grabbed
Okay.
items and just only giving one.
I would describe the statue and show him the spear, the pole arm.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then I believe Kozrath has the liquid.
Yeah. I guess I can give Baylor a little check.
I can go to the library and later to help investigate some of this as well, but perhaps if any of your methods can identify things, especially the liquid. I'm not sure where to begin on that.
I stuck my head in the non-necromancy stuff and nothing happened.
And the weird one of the weird creatures down there put blood into this and seemed to create a creature out of it.
That is... Both of those statements are concerning.
Certainly.
If they have the cauldron with the strange liquid with them, he's keeping it far away from the bloody knoll.
Alright, fine.
We saw what happened with a little bit of blood going into the liquid. This guy literally still covered in head to toe in blood.
I suppose you could pass those off and I can see what the townsfolk have in store for items like that. A red marble statue of a woman with a raging face. Not sure I know anything about that. That's... Almost reminds me of some of the cardinal sins, like murder or something. That's Baylor's sort of insight on this statue. The book he's got nothing on, and the liquid, as he looks at it with a quizzical eye, is also going to have to examine it somewhere else.
So you think that the statue represents the cardinal sins?
I mean,
Which one? I believe there are
I-
7 in most.
I hardly believe that it could be all sins. Honestly, that was that was kind of a throwaway for me. If you can take anything out of that's quite impressive, and I'm happy to help.
There was a succubus involved. Could it be?
Is it lust?
Yeah.
What does it look like again?
In his description, Kalar's description, he would have gone over a red marble statue of a beautiful woman, a human woman that is an enraged human woman stands in the middle of this room, stony expression twisted in fury.
Sounds like wrath.
Wrath.
And
I know that one quite well.
You represent that, sounds like.
Yeah, that's
shout out to Snarl.
15%.
Snarl
Like,
absolutely just
30%.
begins cackling. A good old loud hyena cackles, and the translation, there would be none because it would just sound. The translation would literally just be evil hyena cackles.
It's
He's just full on, like he's just embracing the
Right.
hyena cackle. It's not even words.
Yeah, I pretty much having traveled with you, I am quite aware. And don't mind it. It's become like just background noise that I
Yeah.
expect to hear every now and again.
You hear the hyena cackling, you know you're in good hands.
If you
I know
don't hear it, then
Snarl's
you're
still
concerned.
alive.
Yeah.
I know Snarl's still breathing, and that gives me comfort.
If you don't hear it, you may be getting stalked by a
Right.
very hungry and ravenous hyena.
Right. Mm.
Keep Snarl fed.
True. Yeah. Very true. That's why the meat was being shared with Snarl for sure.
So I wonder if, because you got the weapon off of that statue, right?
Yes.
I wonder if the statue. I wonder if the weapon has to do with some form of anger. I wonder if you use it in anger. I wonder if it activates it all. Or there's a really pissed off woman mad that you took her weapon somewhere. One or the other.
My particular way of fighting does not typically lend itself to anger. One must be in control of the mind and body to be effective in combat.
Ha.
Though I am sure some of my new friends might disagree.
I think Snarl would have a couple words to say about that.
Snarl just snarls.
Indeed. He heard his name.
Would that be something he could use?
Yeah. I would say so. I mean, Snarl. I sputter forth. Basically say to him in broken Knoll, ask him if he wants the spear. Ask him if he wants the weapon they're offering.
It's a cool wavy spear.
Kung Fu spear.
Rancier.
Oh.
I don't know what that word is.
I'm vaguely aware of what a rancier is.
I had to look it up.
I think I've been playing a lot of Dynasty Warriors on my PS4, so I'm pretty sure I've seen a lot of those.
Oh right, it's like a sai as a spearhead.
Oh, that's neat.
Oh, okay.
I just
like
looked
a
it up.
trident.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm thinking of a different French blade that's a wavy sword.
Yeah, but I've seen those in Dynasty Warriors too, though, with the kind of wavy thing of
I know what sword you're talking about. The Flamberge.
Yes, correct.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one.
Flamberge.
Well, Snarl will, let out some growls and stuff, which would roughly translate to, "Give me the weapon."
Give me that.
Alright.
Making hand gestures.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Give me the weapon.
So, Masterwork Rancier does 1d4 damage, it has reach and disarm.
You should be able to drag it in from the compendium and then just make it masterwork by adding a +1 to hit.
I was perhaps going to sell it, but if one of you can use it.
More power to you.
I think it would definitely be our best idea to get as strong
it's
as we can
masterwork,
before we
too.
go into anything else.
So he took the liquid, right, to try to see what it was?
Yeah, he obviously has no skill or expertise in this area. He's like looking at it, scratching his head. To him, it's just some water. If you are to leave this with me, I can maybe get back to you at the end of the day. I'll have to make a couple stops. Right. The reason that I was about to come get you, do you still have Suto's journal on you?
Somewhere. Yes, here we go. The tiefling, well, when you talk to us, tiefling lover. Oh, not succubus. Yes, you would pull it out. What are we looking for?
I believe I saw a line about where they were.
They talk about a hill, don't they? If I remember right.
Right, and I was going to call on your aid to either be a presence within the town or to, well, continue the legacy of being Sandpoint saviors from the goblins and help us check out that area. I can't recall.
Burning her father's remains at the Thistletop Shrine seemed to have started a transformation. Is that the line you're referring to?
He does the white guy snap when you when you say Thistletop and
Just white guy snap.
Well, yeah. That's the point. That's the information I was thinking about.
Oh, okay. You just had to say that, and I was like okay, I got it. The white guy snap, yeah.
Especially like a cop that's onto something. I don't know.
I got an idea, snap.
Yeah, the white guy snap. Yeah, okay. You just had to say when you find out information. I was like, all right, I'm on it.
Yeah. listen, I can't imagine that they'd be able to keep goblins in check and rile them up this soon after the last attack, which seemed to be a lot weaker in his journal, but at some point I'd ask that you help us out and
Well, I'm willing to check this place out. I believe I think I asked that the thistle top at one point before. You must have recently found out where it was at.
well, the Thistletop is at the just make sure I have that right. Come on, Sandpoint. Map stuff. Get there eventually. Yeah. Thistletop is somewhere along the coast of the Nettlewoods. We know that's where the Thistletop goblins are around. That's some information that we have gotten directly from Shalelu, as a matter of fact. They are further out in the same direction as the Seven-Tooth goblins, Seven-Tooth tribe, which it sounds like you had a interesting escapade with them.
That's the ones that we burnt the village, right? There were several tribes.
Taint.
Correct? Is that the? Am I remembering right? Is that the one we burnt the village?
Yeah, the Seven-Tooth tribe in the Shankswood is the one that you went after and assaulted.
Have you guys met Rip Nugget yet? Do you know?
Okay, I'm looking at this map here now. Thistle River. Okay, is this Thistle Top Shrine near the Thistle River? We want to look next one. Okay.
Likely.
So is it up here in the Netherwood, like the Netherwood or the Mosswood, or somewhere between there?
All we know is that it's deep in the Nettlewoods.
The Netherwoods, the woods to the north there. Okay. Okay, and the Shankswood goblins would probably be in disarray still. It's a few days' journey out.
It would not be a few days. This, it would be a couple hours on foot, actually.
So there was a day's journey there and back into the Shankswood. Okay.
No, it took a while to, survey through Shankswood and ended up. It was all in the same day. I think that was one that we had to cut in half because of session timing.
Any word on when the troops from the south are getting back?
Well, they've they have made their way here. Very recently, they're starting to get briefed and positioned.
Good. Means the city will still be defended even if we leave.
Yes, and that should certainly help as a presence to ease the minds of the Sandpoint locals.
He kind of walks to the window of the office, like this old crumbling ruin at the edge of the sand point. Has anyone ever investigated that?
The lighthouse?
Yeah.
I suppose. Actually, let me check.
I have a feeling that it would make a great hideout for anyone trying to keep their presence hidden.
Okay. Right. Refresher over. Well, I suppose people have been around the old light. The real point of interest is Chopper's Isle, though no one goes there anyway.
Why is that?
Yeah, why is that?
I suppose you two really aren't from around here.
Guilty as charged?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like fun.
Is this something I might know why?
I believe yes, absolutely. I'm pretty sure somewhere
is this
in
the one thing that played into the backstory slightly?
Yes.
Ah.
Oh yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
We have not gone very far in direct messages. So unless you'd like to jump in, Pilor would say the cathedral that was recently consecrated, the one whose ceremony you actually, well, perhaps not saved, but prevented further damage. 5 years prior, the old chapels burnt down. Roughly a month or so before, not too much before, were a string of murders, including, at the time, I was just part of the guard. I was not in this high a position. And our chief, our previous sheriff, was killed by, aptly named, the Chopper. However, the chief was able to fight back, and a blood trail led us to the island where the Chopper had been leaving tongues and eyes of his victims, including, as the last victim, himself, on an altar. At one point, we would have called him a great artist. He made bird statues, carved them out of wood. They're all but gone now. We don't really like Chopper's Isle. As for the old light, nothing there that I know of, but it is fairly close, and I'm pretty sure some of my boys hang around there when they get a break. It's only a short walk down the road anyway.
The possibility that given time, you could excavate those steps and kind of figure out where they lead.
I think that sounds like a good idea.
The steps in the catacomb?
Yes.
Yeah. I can see what we can do. We can't exactly expend a lot of manpower on it. As we did bring down a bunch of men and women for protection. However, we can see what would work.
That'll take some time, but it might provide some answers. But if you're suggesting we check out this thistle top while you figure out what the liquid is, and so I can put my studies of this statue on hold.
Yeah, I'll see what I can figure about this stuff. Sandpoint is a strong community. We'll figure it out somehow.
Well, they have great guidance, so I trust everything will come to full fruition. And with the Saviors of Sandpoint here and adjacent colleagues, we will also help out as much as we can.
That is wonderful. Is there anything else you need of me, or might I head off to figure this out?
I don't need anything, Kalar.
I'll take that as a no.
Fine.
Then I suppose we will make our leave, unless anyone has any other questions.
I do have one. You two. What's the cleanup procedure for this one?
Lemon juice.
And also a stop to the market. Alright, out of my office.
Alright, thank you for time, bye! And Cece will hurry out of there.
Snarl leaves the room just cackling loudly.
CC.
And with the opportunities ahead of you, I think we can take a quick break.
Break time!
Alrighty.
Break
time.
some bones.
That's next. First, break time.
Yeah.
Break time! Be back in 10?
Break time. First we break time, then we break faces.
Yeah.
I'd say 15.
Alrighty. Be back in 15.
Right. Welcome back. You have just dealt with Baylor and the justice system with handing off some items for him to figure out. And you've been tasked to, an hour later, figure out what's going on with the Thistletop goblins, because that seems to be a base of action as far as the journal is concerned. There's some interesting stuff going on in Thistletop. And the floor is yours.
I guess I misunderstood. I thought they knew exactly where this shrine was, but they just mean for us to go deal with the Thistletop goblins in general.
Sounds like it.
No. Unless you guys want to come hang out in the library, which I don't think our new friends are going to be too keen about, and invest doing studying to figure out some more things, I think the best thing would be to head out and deal with our next lead.
I agree.
I also agree.
Snow,
Rar,
do you want to go to the
rar,
library?
rar. Rar, rar, rar.
I rar, and probably am not going to be the best at the library with you, unless they have books in Braille.
Right.
He jokingly said, Snow, does Snow want to go to the library?
I'm gonna go ahead and answer for him. That's a big negatory. That's no.
Books don't taste
And
good.
I don't think the library wants Snarl in there.
True.
Fair.
I'm just saying. You do. Just saying. So.
But you, I guess that I had thought that you read in Braille?
I do. Though I can't promise that the books that would pertain to the information that you'd want to collect have been translated into Braille as of yet. It's not traditionally a common language.
Perhaps sometime when we're not dealing with hordes of goblins, I might be interested in learning how to read that.
I'd be happy to teach you. But let's start with the goblins first.
Yes, first things first.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so will you be heading out the north gate towards the Nettlewood? Or did you have other stops to make?
I don't see any
Think
reason
that's
why.
a no.
Yeah,
I
I don't
don't.
see any other reasons for us to stop anywhere.
Okay. Okay. Then in that case, you would leave Sandpoint and work your way up the coast along a well-traveled trail. You do end up it is a safe travel. Maybe some birds flying off as you pass by, but otherwise no no assailants or anything.
Including as we pass the Tickwood and Sanctwood.
Yes, including past the Shankswood.
There's goblin notice.
There does not seem to be any goblins caring about your position, or perhaps goblins at all. As you make your way to the very start of the Nettlewood, it's been just under about 2 hours of walking. Getting to the Thistle River and moving up there would be about 2 hours total.
So the general talks about the Thistletop Shrine. No. I guess when I first read that, I was thinking about a hilltop, but Thistletop is the name of the Goblin Tribe. So it could be anywhere.
Do we think our newfound friend could find them? I mean, you said
Perhaps.
he had something on him? Is that right? An
So-
item, maybe? Or something to do
I
with
will
goblins?
begin sniffing the air.
All right. I forget. Did you have special senses as
No.
a knoll? Nope. Just okay.
I'm just doing what hyenas be doing, smelling things.
All right. I suppose, with just a broad smell, you can give me a perception check.
Sniff check.
Cool.
An 18.
Give me that stinky goblin smell.
Sure enough, there is a light wisp of goblin in the air.
Like a cartoon character with a pie, I will begin magically floating my way towards the smell of goblin.
All right. If you would like to make your way through the bramble, I will take a survival check from the lead member, whoever's taking point.
Sure.
I'm gonna be I'm gonna follow up Snarl. I'm gonna watch Snarl's back.
Okay.
I may have good eyesight, but I don't think my survival is don't think my survival is very strong.
I
Yeah.
will tap Karzarath because I think that he's probably gonna have the next best survival. And I will whisper to him. It's like, I believe in you. You can do this, and I will give you guidance. Yeah.
Seeing her do that, I will say I assume this can stack, but I just learned guidance as well.
Huh.
Guiding each other.
So if I can, that's what an additional D4. What was it?
No, it's just a
I
plus
don't-
one.
Believe the same type of morale bonus can be, competence bonus can be added to the same, but you could split that between Snarl and Karzarath.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
So
Okay,
sure,
my-
Snarl, you got your 17, and Karzarath, you can make a less nosy survival check. A 19. 17 and a 19.
Yes. The guidance brothers, we got this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might not be my top skill, but apparently I'm pretty good still.
There you go.
I got no.
Yeah, that
I
works
have
for
a
me.
high wisdom, but I got no ranks in it.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
plus
also
4.
fair enough.
Oh, nice.
But
Uh,
that's just because of my plus 4 wisdom.
yeah. Strange wording in this book.
Like being able to swallow the magic wand.
See, it's funny because that's actually not strange wording. That's just you guys listening incorrectly.
No, I thought I listened pretty damn correctly.
I don't know. Well, I'll have to go back and listen to the recording.
You missed
Okay.
something. What
Pretty
happened?
confident
Alright.
that you said exactly. You
When
can
that-
swallow the wand.
Was that said after the recording was started? Or was that before?
It said while it was recording. So we got it. We got that whole shenanigans from all of us. It's on the internet now.
Okay, so
It's been sent out into the web, World Wide Web.
so this does not take you a long time. This takes you about an hour's worth of searching. And you do find a route through the woods. Let me just. Okay. And on a 2 for a percentile, let's just roll a d4 here. 3. Okay.
D4.
Yep, the d4. 3 of you, which I don't have a way to pick out, so we're gonna d10 and figure it out from there. No, that's hacked. Okay, so Ver,
Mm-hmm.
Kalar, and where's that d6? Cece.
Damn it.
You 3, during your seemingly now haphazard trek through the Nettlewood, found yourself walking your way through a patch of a goblin berry patch. So, I am either going to need for you 3 a fortitude or a knowledge nature check
For me?
for Kalar, Ver, and Cece.
Oh, I have
Okay.
nature. I have a check and a rank.
Do you have check and rank? Yep, that works.
Why does it keep... I need to check and see
Well,
what
I'm
these
guessing
do.
that Fortitude's going to be my best. Yeah, +6. Is this for prolonged walking?
This is for the goblin berry patch that you brush into.
1d20 plus 6. 13.
Okay, so a 16 and a 13 pass. An 8
Ooh.
unfortunately does not. CC, I suppose. You hear your compatriots nearby batting aside and getting scratched by these poisonous berries. And, well, you still remember the warnings that your parents gave you about all the dangerous nature that's out there, and you figured it is best to be careful about this.
Mm-hmm.
There, you get some goblin berry juice on your armor, but otherwise this does not affect you. Unfortunately, Kalar, you are bare-skinned to the world, and unfortunately didn't spend time looking at poisonous berries, and you take a single point of strength damage.
Ooh,
Oh.
that's
Oh, damn.
nasty.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
It's not gonna
So,
be.
-1 in the temporary section.
Oh.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
gonna have to
remembering that.
harvest some of these later because
Yeah, that's a
that
hell
could
of a
be
poison.
useful
Holy
poison.
crap. Yeah, that's a
Like,
hella
you know,
useful
just
poison.
put that on my blade.
Yeah. Sap some strength.
I mean, if you like, you can make a fortitude or nature check yourself and pick some. Well within your right to do so.
Would I be able to use sleight of hand?
Um,
Mm,
I'm gonna say no to that one because you will be getting in there and perhaps not knowing how to avoid we're just gonna work with fortitude or knowledge nature if you have it.
All right.
I mean, he is still fully clothed. He's not like bare-skinned monk.
Well,
But
yeah, but
he doesn't have the thick armor type thing, but it's still standard clothing.
I was just flavoring how they saved.
Now,
You know what? No pain, no gain. Let's attempt to knowledge nature.
All right. Do you have the rank in it?
I do not have a rank. So it'd be fortitude
Yeah,
instead.
unfortunately. You have to get in there and make sure you're
Plus. That was a
okay. With a 10, you do collect a handful of berries, but it does start to itch your hand, and you are also going to take a point of strength damage. Thankfully, it's not critical to being a rogue, but
The -1 temporary.
yes, -1 in the temporary. Now let me.
unless that affects my carrying capacity, it shouldn't affect me.
True.
Because I had a 9 strength, so now my strength is down to an 8.
Oh yeah, that I don't think that'll affect too much.
I think it only affects if your modifier changes, right?
Certain things affect beyond just a modifier.
Gotcha.
Let me just. Okay. Just make sure. Make sure I got all of that. Okay, but with a 17 and 19 survival, you are able to quite efficiently make your way through
You said I was
through the
able to get some of the goblin berries, though.
yeah, you were able to get a handful of the goblin berries. Unfortunately, you used your hand, and
It could be worse. You have poison, but you were also affected by yourself. Could still be
yeah.
useful against someone else.
So,
But how many would you say would be a couple, so I can mark it on my sheet here?
um, Small handful. Maybe 8 goblin berries. They look like raspberries with ears, I guess.
Aww.
Do not call them cute.
Sorry, I just pictured Boop's head as a berry.
Oh.
Good old Boop.
Good old Boop.
How is old Boop doing?
He's traumatized.
Oh, goblin berries actually exist. Nah, we're going with goblin berries that are raspberries with ears.
Nice.
Like, obviously not ears, but like the pointy, you know.
Protrudy stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Did I bring everyone? I did bring everyone. Okay. So,
I'm blind. I'm not the one that's supposed to be blind.
You're at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
sorry.
No worries.
Bam.
Oh shit. I mean,
Yeah.
nice.
Ah, dang. Okay.
Oh, dang, son.
So yeah, like I said, this was quite an expedient process for you. Even though you did run into some nettles, you have found your way and gotten quite far through the nettlewood in only just over an hour. That is when, after a steady climb upward, and it is very gradual, but it is an incline, you make your way to a clearing, which I suppose, because while dense, it is not impossible to see here. There is sunlight. I can give more. Ta-da!
Ta-da.
With the green being brush and trees.
So yes, no one eat the berries, in case anyone didn't figure that out. But we should keep pressing forward. And if everyone is that concerned, I will take the lead.
Apparently.
And I will start tapping my way through the forest.
Okay. So with sight, that is still quite bright, though shaded from the sun. You would be able to see off on these directions.
In this traveling time, have we noticed we're not alone? Is there a lot of goblin traps, or
You're welcome to make a survival, well, perception if you're listening out, or survival if you'd like to find tracks.
can I attempt both to see if I hear things and see if I see tracks, or was it one or the other?
You would probably be putting your focus more on one.
Okay, well, I guess I will just be, I mean, I'm following them for that, so I will just be doing more of the listening then.
Okay. And an 11 for
Survival. I
survival.
was muted and did not know it. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. With an 11, following along with your friends and checking for footprints, broken junk, maybe rudimentary traps. While this does seem to be a path through the Nettlewoods, this does not seem to be a very goblinoid path. Kalar, watching and listening with a 21. You do notice quite a few animals. This is certainly a living wood area. Where is? And with a 21. Well, let's see. Okay. With 21, you are reasonably certain that you all have not come with a close brush with goblins during this hour of trek.
I assume my character would probably ask about the tracks, and I assume he tells me that we haven't seen any goblin tracks, so.
Yeah, most likely.
Well, a shrine would be. Depending how often they use it. A shrine might be in a very high traffic area, or it could be out in the wilderness. Someplace holy to the goblins.
Can I roll a check to know what goblins may consider a holy area?
Do you have knowledge dungeoneering?
No, I have knowledge religion.
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
Okay. 22.
That's
22.
Too. Bam.
To figure out what goblins would find to be religious.
What would they consider a holy place to be?
Right. A sacred place.
If you honestly said a cave, I would take that.
Unfortunately, I don't think that a 22, as far as studies go, would be quite sufficient to be given the knowledge of goblin holy areas, as that in and of itself is like a really difficult topic to even figure out if they care about the notion of holy. But with the 22 in knowledge religion, you can garner from the general state of religions and from goblins and their goblinness that there are often I suppose built locations or items specifically that sit on a place of worship. A goblin, you don't think that goblins would really build anything intensive with like limestone or really work with it well. So that would either mean they adopted a place or they have an altar of junk. Probably with a bunch of stolen goods.
Okay, got it. So Cece kind of just standing there and just kind of like pondering to herself, and all of a sudden it's like a light bulb goes off. She goes, "Oh, um, they're hoarders. So what we just need to do is we basically just need to find where they took a bunch of junk. Um, there is, I would wager, we might be able to coax one of them here. If they knew someone was here and we left something that looked of value unattended, they may come grab it. And we could follow them back to the shrine."
Oh, I can read flavor text, actually. Hold on. DM narrator voice.
Mhm.
Alright. The briars and thistles that grow so rampantly in Nettlewood are even more dense and tangled here, close to the shore. Although not quite dense enough to block the sound of waves crashing on the unseen shores to the west, the undergrowth is certainly thick enough to block sight and access to the coast. Few trees grow this close to the edge of the seas, but the briars themselves often reach heights to rival them. Here, the patch is nearly 20 feet high, so around you is actually no trees at all, but giant patches of nettles and briars that reach astounding heights. And yeah, you can absolutely hear the coast. You have gone quite a ways into the Nettlewood.
My hand absent-mindedly goes to my sword every now and again, just like, just stretching.
Of course, stretching with hand on the handle of a weapon.
Yeah, I'm just getting a little bit itchy, not gonna lie. But so okay, we're in this map that we can see then.
Yes. There is more down there. I just have not given sight as
Yeah, we can't see it.
as has not been quite maneuvered into position to do so.
Right. So I think I'll just step just casually, not too quick. And here comes Snarl. All right. So what do I see when I stand right there?
Sure. Yeah. Taking a look around these briars, you can see, I suppose that would kind of just go. And, probably a bit more of that, and into there, and kind of cut off from that. Bam. Yeah, that looks about right. That looks like it should be from dynamic lighting. You would see a bit more of the opening, the continued giant mound of briars and some smaller patches of briars as well.
Perception to see if there's any like movement or anything.
Sure.
Plus grace. Wow, wow, wow.
Well, the briars might be moving from
Yeah.
the wind. Do briars move naturally? Whatever.
I mean, if it's windy, is it windy?
I mean, there's a coastal breeze. Everything here is very damp.
So it might sway just a little bit. Well, I don't see anything. I'm gonna. Oh shit! Hit the wrong button there. So I'm gonna just keep on going on in there. I didn't see nothing. It should be okay. You're
Sure.
coming right around now.
And then over here, got just another spot there.
Hmm.
A little bit more vision there. We'll just go with that.
And to the south there.
Yeah.
Is that just
It seems to be a little bit more of the opening, but it peters out and then cycles
a
back.
dead end?
Yeah.
All right. Well, looks like this is the way. You all backing me up? I yell rather loudly. All right. Cool. So in I go.
Yeah. CC and Kalar, what are you guys up to?
Kardrath would let Cece and Kalar know that the two newbies were moving up.
Sure.
I was muted. Didn't realize I was muted.
Oh, I did that
So I
earlier
said that
too.
like twice.
And you're like, why is no one listening to me?
He wouldn't want to stray too far from the blind girl in the middle of the woods, but
I appreciate that. Thank you. She'll
but
follow
he would
you.
still get a little bit ahead, try to keep them in sight.
That's a good call. Like, so, do I see anything?
You see yes, Whisper. You see path over here that looks like it goes off to the south, and a path over here that seems to here, let me give off a greater sound, a more echoey sound of the waters crashing below.
All right. I guess maybe another another perception. To see.
Yeah, sure.
Unless, because right. Plus trace. There we go.
Hey, all right.
The two ends of the spectrum.
Right, yeah, seriously.
So, Whisper. Hmm. Okay. Perception of 23. Uh,
I see London.
Apologies. I'm just checking
No
some
worries.
things.
No worries. I'll just take this time to fill in my hit points.
Uh, reasonably. Whisper, give me a wisdom check.
Who?
Whispers.
Oh. Me?
Nope.
Okay.
Someone else. A 20. You know what? I think that you might. You hear, okay, with that 20, with that 23, you can hear from within the briars behind them in this direction, though you also still hear it a little bit through the coastal breeze. A wild howl.
Hmm.
It doesn't
Looks like we've got
sound.
guests.
It doesn't sound like any wolves or bears or anything like that, and it doesn't really sound like goblins either.
Friend of
Yeah.
yours?
Not mine.
Looks to Snarl.
What about you, Snarl? What do you think?
Snarl gives off kind of a threatening growl. You know, if they ain't cackling, they ain't no hyenas.
Right? They're only howling. Some weird ass non-wolf, non-goblin howl.
That'd be an untrustworthy howl right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So so it seems to be coming from the north and the east.
It seems to be coming from this ish direction, the
Kind of
loudest.
northwest-ish from me.
But it also seems like, due to the coast's proximity, you're catching remnants or refractions of it from the coast this way as well, just a little bit as a secondary.
But it's definitely, I mean, so it sounds more strong coming from over here, huh? Okay.
It does
Well.
sound like it's in the middle of the briars, however deep.
But
There's
does it sound
trees
like
nearby, yeah?
Sorry, what?
Are there trees nearby?
The last couple trees have been choked out by all the briars. The briars are way too strong and thick. The trees kind of stopped maybe 50 feet away.
So tell me, does it sound like it's moving the briars around?
The howl?
No, I mean, does it sound like it's coming through the briars? Like, is it moving through the briars? I don't hear any of the
Oh,
any
no.
extra movement.
It just sounds like an echoey wail from inside. Like you may hear in a, I don't know, horror movie, you know?
Huh. Apt description, I guess. We ready to move on, you guys? You ready to go deeper?
Browse right here.
That's ready.
Snarl will get his flail at the ready.
Okay, I'm unhitching the beast. So let's go.
Okay. So given a little extra clarity down here, that's just a continuation.
Mm-hmm.
Are we literally sending the 2 new guys ahead of us as fodder?
Hey, they get money. They get a job to do.
Yeah, that's the job. You said
I
you
also-
needed melee people.
I also like
You-
our chances.
I don't remember being ordered to do anything.
Oh, I know.
I don't remember
There's just-
agreeing on a total payment either. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
She's got a
That's
point
true.
too.
That's very true.
I don't
We'll talk
from
about it.
from what was asked of us before the game started, I like the quote unquote fodder's chances more than you three.
Right. Right, if they get a hold of you, you are just... At any rate, let's go further deeper into this murder thistle.
Murder thistle.
Follow me.
Well, you can
Alright, so
pretty
that
much
will
get a
essentially lead the way for the other half of the party.
clear look at this. So I might as well. You get a clear path. That kind of opens up. The briars do continue a bit to the right, but they're it is opened up and it is near the cliff face.
Interesting. Seems to continue on up into the north. I'm guessing this is the way around to that, whatever that sound was.
Well, as
Unless I heard a
you
refraction from here. That's just a guess.
get to the side, you would at sort of an angle. You would pretty much see the cliff face. Well, yeah, I mean, you wouldn't see the cliff face because you're on top of the cliff, but you would see out over the gulf, and I realize I didn't exactly draw it super well, but the cliff would stop about here, and the rest of this is just cliff going down.
Okay. Alrighty. So yeah, it looks like... We'll see.
Okay, just give you all
No
that
worries.
information.
No worries. Take your time.
And this is, well, it's pretty open, so I can give you this information because that's just sightline. Boop. Let's do that little. Oh no! Please don't do that. Okay.
Hey, Kalar. You with us?
Uh-oh.
Just teasing.
No, I am still here.
Oh, no, Kalar. Are you Kalar?
No,
Oh, okay.
I just stepped away for a second.
Oh,
And
no
back
worries.
down here.
Yeah, it's fine,
You
everyone. Thank
walking up would catch the vast open gulf as well as a glimpse of an island out in well, I mean, a protrusion, I should say, at this point.
Mm.
Quite a fair ways to the north.
Hmm. Okay, well. Okay, so now it's time to keep. Oh, the thing is messed up. There we are. Okay, right click. There we go. And I suppose to about here. Maybe around Mirror.
Yeah, I will not be giving you incremental uh, views. You get to the end of the cliff, which is about there, and I can show you a fair bit more as you peek around.
Okie doke.
Okay, so as you stand on the edge and look around, you can see that these briars continue for a while. There is a small island protrusion off to the side, and then over here, standing 80 feet high atop the surface of the water, much like the cliff that is here, is a stone protrusion with wooden buildings on them. From here, that's about as much as you can make out, at least at a first glance.
Hmm. So right in front of me, that's a sheer cliff face, right? All the way across.
I mean, it's not sheer, but it's pretty bad.
If I fell down it, I wouldn't say, "Gee, that was a pleasurable experience."
No, I
Right?
actually have I have a rules for how much damage you take if you fall off.
Yes, you have a room. You have rules for the damage. That's all you need to say. That is all you need to say, my dude. Um. So do I still hear that howling noise, or has it subsided?
um, you can make a perception check as the winds of the coast are a lot stronger here, as you know are on the coast.
Right. Where? I ain't hear shit.
6. Yeah, it's a little overwhelming, and considering this was the secondary source, it's not likely that you pick up much of anything.
So, each square is 5 feet, right? So, a lot of this path is 5 feet with briars on the one side and damaged cliff on the other.
As much as I'd love to go into super fine detail with my map making software, this is not flat pathing. This is rough terrain into the cliff. You are
So it's
about
kind
on
of...
the cliff edge, about right there.
Okay, we're not going that way. F that ass. So,
What? Big
all right.
heavy plate mail man doesn't want to climb a cliff face 80 feet high?
Oh, I can't imagine why not. Sounds like an easy stroll in the park in plate armor. But no, we're gonna go check that other way.
Okay.
Pardon me. Oh no! Get away from the edge, car! Get away! It's not worth it, man! Let's see.
I can fly.
It is
Oh.
very windy. Well, maybe not very windy, but you do not have perfect flight as a wyvern.
As a what?
Just as a wyvern, you do not have perfect flight, so, be careful.
How far down does it go?
I mean, as a legitimate judgment from your character, you're maybe not entirely sure unless you'd like to roll for it, but it's an 80-foot drop. This is an 80-foot cliff.
Hmm.
And not a sheer one, so you tumble on the way down.
We got rope.
I mean, do we wanna go down in the water?
around? Why go around when you can just go down?
I mean... Do we really... Is there something over there we want to find out about? I mean, we still got stuff up here to look and see what's going down with before we rope down into the water and try to swim.
That's the signs of activity over there. I don't think it's a great idea for us to go splunking or skydiving through the air like it's the woods. We're supposed
Right.
to find-
Yeah.
What? No, come on, guys. It's fun,
mean-
I promise.
Yeah, the DM is telling us this. So
I mean, to be fair, I've told my players in Descent into Avernus several times, hey, if you do this, you might die, and they've gone, all right, let's do it.
Well, yeah,
Fair.
totally.
And to be fair, none of them died.
Sure.
And none of them have died so far, yeah.
Yeah.
So have any of them tried to swim in full plate armor?
I mean, don't fall in and you'll be fine.
True.
I mean, several of them could have fallen into the river Styx and immediately died, but they didn't.
Right. It's true.
Oh, fun stuff. Maybe not all of us were in a very terrible position to die, but at least one player or one character shouldn't have gotten this far.
Oh, you mean the one with the 8 armor class?
And like 15 health?
Mm-hmm.
And
Damn.
cursed to not be able to heal or whatever?
He never got rid of that.
Oh, but I gotta defend him. All right. So back to this.
Okay, so you guys seriously do you guys want to scale down?
I mean, what are our options? We got a cliff pathway, or we have backtrack.
Backtrack to this thing the south that we don't know where it goes. I mean, maybe there's something down there.
I mean, can we go through the brush?
That's a good question.
That was going to be my follow-up.
I mean, I could try, like, hacking all the shit down. That might be just go crazy and fucking.
I will walk over to the brush and hit the nearest one with my cane.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Does it move?
It does. It is very dense, and it would have to be able to support 20 feet worth of briar, but it does, push back in a sluggish motion.
Look what I found! She shouts. It's a pathway in. Can we do this instead of the whole cliff option that I keep hearing about?
Yeah,
How
sounds good to me.
how dry does the plant life look?
I would tell you directly, but I think it's more funny this way. Give me a perception check.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, it's wet.
Pow.
It's wet as balls. Everything here is completely
Oh, no.
moist.
Okay. I figured I'd ask.
I was about to tell you that it was super dry if you rolled really low.
Mhm. Okay, so there's a path here. I look.
Unfortunately, no. While it gives to the cane hit, it bounces back. It just is not,
How about
it's not
if I
it's
chop
not
it
a
with
stone
my
wall.
sword?
Oh boy. I mean, you can go ahead and roll an attack here.
Okay. 1 second. First attack action. So let's see. +7. Fuck.
Good news, you don't get your greatsword lodged into the briars.
But
But with your swing, you don't exactly make any progress.
So we can go the cliff face, we can go down to the water, we can go backwards, or we could potentially go through the briar.
Well, the easiest one to start out with is that one down there, this area right here. So check. Oh no, I'm stuck in the brambles. Ow. I can't even go. Okay, I see. See. And then.
I will look to Karzarath and say, do you mind coming with me for a moment?
Sure.
Great. And she will extend out her hand to Karzarath so they don't get lost. And I want to take him. Over Mir.
And over where? Oh,
Yep, down here.
Are the dynamic light barriers working?
Yes.
Okay.
down? Is it like this
Yeah,
way?
can't go across them.
Yep. Over Mir.
Oh, okay. I see you now.
I did do that on purpose.
There. Hi.
Makes sense.
Valar, where are you going?
Blurp.
Okay,
Was that for Kalar or Ver? You kind of mashed those two names together.
Ver, sorry. Ver, where are you going?
Oh, I was going with y'all if you're going someplace.
You left before I would have grabbed him, so you probably would have been ahead of us. Where did you end up?
I was just looking. I was gonna be right over. This is the area I was gonna look down.
Sure. I'll give you information about that.
Okay, cool.
Oh, pardon me.
After exploration, you would have figured this out anyway. Pop, 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 pop. Boop, boop, bam.
Oh snap!
So, while Cece and Karzarath discuss weighing some options, weighing life options, standing on the edge of the cliff.
Thinking about life, thinking about, more importantly, death.
Sad Hulk music plays.
It's raining men.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Thinking about how I could be back at the
So-
bar with a turkey leg.
If we throw goblins off this cliff, can we just sing It's Raining Men?
They're not.
Can you though?
Can you? Can you? Is that possible? Who knows?
Maybe. The world may never know.
So I will... Go ahead.
Oh yeah, just wondering. I can't really. There's not a whole bunch that I see
Yeah.
across the. So. Anything going out?
If you would like to examine the area, I can give you a perception check. Otherwise, I can tell you what is generally there.
Generally, there works.
All right. It is a fairly bowl-shaped briar clearing in here. There's some other splotches of briar here and there, but it does cut off and round off.
Okay. So it's basically a big dead end.
Pretty much.
Well, I guess I'll just give it a perception and then pass it on over.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Snarl's weighing more than options right now.
Do 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 do.
Okay. Looking at this, you can confidently say that aside from what looks like just another pathway out of the Nettlewoods, another way to get here. Actually, let me check something.
Right.
Remember, kids, with just a single silver a day, you too can keep a starving gnoll from mauling the entire party.
I mean,
It
a
may
single
take
silver
multiple.
and
That's pretty
your
light.
entire arm.
Okay.
Calm it down over there, Sally Struthers.
I don't get that reference.
Neither do I.
Oh, okay. It's from South Park, really.
Oh. I like South Park, I just haven't seen that much of it. Yeah, you can see a, just another, pathway out. It looks like I mean, hard to tell, seeing as it took an hour's journey to get here, but it looks like it's just another decent pathway through the Nettlewood.
Okay. Now, having heard them cross behind me, probably.
Probably.
I will join them.
Before you get
Thank
to
you.
us, because for me it's very important that you are not here when I do this.
Okay.
So please go back to where you were. Thank you.
Yeah, this would be happening during your examination.
Yeah. Karzarath, see the whisper I just sent you.
See the whisper.
Death would nod.
And then she would proceed to start her way back, leaving you with that information.
I sure do love secrets. You know who you can trust with secrets? The character who can't understand anything you're saying.
Just vent. Just have a pile of meat nearby and go ahead and vent to him.
Yeah. For a pile of corpses, I will be your therapist.
Bup, 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 bup.
I'm still just at this cliff contemplating life and genuinely thinking to myself, man, I want to jump off this cliff. Because that was my actual first real thought.
Well, you know,
I
that
noticed
does
you
happen in
were-
real life too.
Yeah, you know, you see a cliff, you just kind of want to jump off it. Especially if there's water. I mean, you might not come back up, but, you know, that's that primal urge.
Yeah. It's the animal brain.
Okay.
Okay, looks like there's not a whole
Alright.
bunch going on around here that we can get to. Anybody got any ideas?
Karzarath is stunned from all the juicy knowledge.
You know, I'll be honest. I said I was weighing our options, and I've just sat here blank-minded the entire time.
Fair. Well, not blank-minded. You were thinking about jumping off, so that's not blank.
Kalar is just making sure his new friend hasn't gone completely insane, I suppose.
All right, I guess we
Mostly
should
just
meet.
following CC and keeping an eye out at the moment, but could stay with Snow. But I haven't been moving the token, but he would probably just CC.
Okay. I shall move the token. Bam.
I mean, it seems like our only options are we attempt to wade through and struggle through some brush, we go the cliff face, or we go into the water. And that's coming from the dude who can't speak to any of you, really.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what it is. It would seem.
This is out of character planning.
I apologize.
We can fly slightly. Could get a better view of things, perhaps. But going off into the water wouldn't as long as it's not been moving, it's not heavy current, we could go off into the water.
This is ocean, right?
Yeah, this is comparable to ocean, yes.
Okay.
No, okay. Going along the cliff face in the brush, the cliff could suddenly give way and we could tumble to our deaths.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Might be better to go, say, keep inward more and have the difficulties of seeing through the brush, but not being right on the cliff face.
Or maybe if we went at the brush that we heard the howl coming through the strongest, maybe that would be the way.
Oh yeah, we got monsters in the brush.
Right, yeah, there's something in there.
Can I try to pinpoint kind of where it is more? Ah, fell. It's a low roll.
Yeah.
Um, hmm. Sure, with a 19, you can corroborate that it is to the northwest. Specifically focusing on location. Maybe more or less 100 feet that way.
Um, um, Parzareth would point out a pathway.
A pathway.
I don't know if you can see the whispered messages or not, DM.
Yeah. I actually cannot. I realize they changed that. But I understand what went down, and I would say that you would do best to be off in this-ish direction.
Mhm.
Might have to take a look to make sure yourself, but um,
So perception. You get a better look at it.
um, yeah, perception from about probably starting here.
What?
That was roughly where you saw it.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh, wow, a 20. Okay. Okay. uh, yeah, there does seem to be and just making sure to double check with your, perception from here. You do see that while the bramble is very thick in all of these spots, it seems to be disconnected from the floor in this area.
He would call the others over and let them know that there seems to be some kind of path over here. It would just need some hacking away.
Bloop. 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 Bloop.
And as the rest of you arrive as well, you would also be able to see, after being pointed out, that these briars here are kind of loose. Dense, but movable.
Okay. So I'll move them. Are they clinging to something, or?
They're clinging to themselves, but as you shift it around a little bit with your gauntleted armor, it seems to peel upward quite easily. And coming to the end of our session here, let me get rid of that dynamic light barrier, and we will show you the inside of this accursed place. Lifting up the brambles reveals a 4-foot-high tunnel leading into this entire bramble bush. And that is where we're going to pick up next time.
Dun dun dun.
To the top. While not the most eventful of episodes, I do hope that you all enjoyed the introduction of 2 more PCs to hopefully stay with the group for a while, and the introduction to Thistletop.
I'm just
Nice.
happy to be a knoll.
I know you are.
That is the only reason Pi is playing.
I'm very happy I can be a knoll. Listen, I'm here to be a knoll and hit stuff, alright? And 95% of that is me being a knoll, and that makes me happy.
Awesome.
Nice.
Great game, as always, Dieter. Thank you so much. It's going to be so exciting. It is so exciting to have 2 more players. But for now, everybody say goodbye to YouTube.
Goodbye, YouTube.
Goodbye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube. Happy dungeon delving, everyone.